Hello and welcome to ONTV News. I'm your host, Jessie Agnew. For the 11th straight year, students from Scripps Middle School, along with representatives from General Motors, gathered at Meeks Park near the Orion Art Center to run a series of tests on Paint Creek, which feeds the Clinton River. 8th grade science teacher Carol Bingesser wanted the 115 students to gain some real-world, hands-on experience. Several stations were set up to test various environmental issues, and GM representatives helped oversee each station.
Well, we have 5 different stations. They include the chemical tests, so students are testing the dissolved oxygen, the phosphate levels, the nitrate levels. We do some physical tests, measuring the stream width, the depth, the velocity of the stream, as well as whether the stream has been channelized or if what kind of plants are alongside the banks. We have the bug station, the benthic macroinvertebrates. The kids love picking through the bugs. The bugs actually tell us the health of the river as well. What we find and what we don't find can give us clues about the river. We have the land use station, which students take into account if there's parking lots, how the land is used, parking lots, businesses, commercial business, residential, golf courses, and how that might impact the river.
We have 12 volunteers from different GM facilities that were able to come out and volunteer, and they've come from Warren, Pontiac Stamping, as well as Orion Assembly. GM really appreciates the opportunity to partner with community activities like this with different schools, and we are very active in a lot of different communities. But we think it's important to give back to our communities that we work in, and this is one way that we can do that. We can demonstrate our skill set in the environmental arena and help the students to learn a little bit more about environmental stewardship.
This year, a 5th station was created in conjunction with the Orion Art Center's Recreate Recycled Art Show. Students were invited into the Art Center to create their own recycled art.
And then the last, we've joined hands with the Orion Art Center and their Recreate Recycled Art Show this year. And students are inside viewing the art show displays as well as making their own Recreate art today.
The information gathered will be shared with the Clinton River Watershed Council, who will use it to paint an overall picture of the health of the Clinton River watershed. In the coming weeks, the Scripps students will also be visiting the Eagle Valley landfill and the GM Orion Assembly plant to see what those companies are doing to help curb environmental issues. Each year, Stadium Drive Elementary's PTO organizes a road rally for the school students and their parents. This year's amazing race was held on Sunday, May 19th, as participants visited numerous locations throughout the township and the village. The event's final stop was the Orion Art Center, and for a very good reason. Stadium Drive's amazing race came to an end with students putting the finishing touches on a painting that will be presented to the school's secretary, Kathy Fredericks. The painting includes images that are significant to her life. The students were moved onto an ice cream station as a reward for taking part in the amazing race, but the main reason the road rally ended at the Art Center was so that students and staff members could take part in a dedication of a brand new sign that marks the entrance to Meeks Park, a sign that Stadium Drive students made possible.
The sign is to announce the entrance to Meeks Park. Stadium Drive has the students there raised money for the sign, so we wanted to help show it off.
Oh, what did they have to do to raise the money?
They did a dance-a-thon at school. So they danced for 4 hours and had pledges donated as they were dancing, and then they turned it all in, and Mrs. LaRue partners with Mrs. D'Annunzio, our dance teacher, and they made this sign happen for us.
Just a big thank you. I think we would not have been able to do this. I think we've always had the intention of drawing more attention to the park here, but without the commitment from the students and their goal of raising funds to help us get the sign, we wouldn't have been able to do it without them. So just a big thank you.
The DDA also wishes to thank Eagle Scout Ben Olson, who was instrumental in helping to clear and create the landscaping that can be found just inside the entrance near the new sign. Next time you're walking along Broadway Street in the village, look for the sign located near Orion Lumber. The path will take you to Lake Orion's hidden gem, Meeks Park, and the Orion Art Center. Orion Township holds numerous events throughout the year, but with spring in full swing, things are shifting into high gear. Area runners experienced a beautiful spring day during the 19th annual Dragon Dash, although the event experienced numerous changes this year. On the morning of Sunday, May 19th, runners gathered for the start of the Dragon Dash at a new location. The start-finish line was set up on Joslyn Road, across the street from the Orion Center. Walkers began their trek at 8:30 a.m. and runners got the signal to start at 9 a.m. A new course took participants south on Joslyn Road along the safety path, past Canterbury Village, through a subdivision, and then north along the same path that brought them back to the start-finish line. The entire race was shortened this year from 8K to 5K.
We decided to do a 5K this year. We just wanted to change it up. It'd been so many years that we'd been doing the Dragon Dash. We wanted to try something new. We're in a new site. We just decided to switch it up and try something new. This course is a lot safer because the runners do not run across Joslyn Road. They do have to cross it walking. They crossed at the crosswalk, which I feel is a lot safer than having the runners sprinting across to the finish line across Joslyn Road. So that was a big factor with why we changed the route up this year.
The first runner to cross the finish line was Eric Lohr of Lake Orion with a time of 16:48. He told us that he's taken part in the race many times over the past decade and always does well, finishing first at least one other time.
Yeah, the time was good for me. I raced last week and this week, and the times are similar, so it means I'm consistent at least. So yeah, I was pleased.
The first female runner to cross the finish line was Nikki Seeley of North Branch. It was the first time she had taken part in the Dragon Dash, and her time of 24:45 was a personal best.
Yes, the first time. We actually signed up this morning. It was kind of an impromptu, let's do this tomorrow. So.
Walk on. Are you pleased with the results in your
Yes, I think this is a PR for me. Yep, for 5K.
Following the race, some of the winners in various age divisions gathered in the Orion Center for an awards ceremony, although there were no medals handed out.
The awards ceremony, we always do awards ceremony. We always do a different prize every year. This year we did our lovely travel coffee mug. In years past we've done ceramic coffee mugs, we've done belly bags, we've done a lot of different things. What I found was happening with the medal awards is they're not as exciting as something that's a little more usable. Something that people keep with them, like a key ring. I've done a key ring for an award one year, and those just seem more usable. The runners keep them around, so I'm all about having something that's usable.
Entry fees collected from participants help cover the expenses of running the event, and anything collected above and beyond that helps the township offer free events throughout the year. To find out about upcoming events, visit the township's website at oriontownship.org. We are going to take a quick break. You are watching ONTV News. Stay tuned.
We own a Habitat home.
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I pay for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
Prescription drug abuse is a national epidemic. The new in way to obtain drugs is through parents' or grandparents' medicine chests. Removing prescriptions from your cabinet is the best way to keep drugs out of the hands of our young people. We've got to work together to protect our teens, our seniors, and our environment. Clean out your medicine cabinet today. Please participate in Operation Medicine Cabinet and drop off your unwanted or expired prescriptions at one of our law enforcement drop-off sites in Oakland County. We can't ignore this situation anymore.
Welcome back to ONTV News. I'm Jessie Agnew. 1 year ago, ONTV uploaded a video to YouTube that went on to become one of our most watched videos of all time. That video, 2012's Basset Waddle. The event returned to Canterbury Village again this year, and it seemed more popular than ever. On Sunday, May 17th through the 19th, Basset hound lovers from across the country gathered at Canterbury Village to celebrate their long-eared friends. In its 19th year, the Great American Basset Waddle is a 3-day event that culminated with a costume contest and parade on Sunday. It was estimated that more than 200 hounds participated in the event, which acts as a fundraiser for Michigan Basset Rescue.
They've got a passion for Bassets. They've got the heart to care about the ones that don't have homes. So this is what this is about. We're raising funds to pay vet bills. Last year our vet bills we're around $28,000 for the year. So, we spay, neuter everybody. They all get that check. They all get heartworm tested.
The dogs, right?
The dogs. We treat heartworm. Spay, neuter. Whatever they need, we do. Dentistries, lump removals. We had one with a broken leg on Christmas Eve. Required emergency care, and so we were able to take care of that because of this.
This year's theme, The Wonderful Wizard of Paws. Some of the hounds suited up as characters from the classic tale, with one pooch even dressed as a yellow brick road. Ribbons were handed out to the dogs wearing the best costume.
This is our 5th Michigan Basset Waddle. It's just so much fun to come and see all your other Basset friends.
Great personality, they're slow, and you know what? I kind of look like one, don't I? A little bit?
They've just got such a great temperament. I got my first one years ago. My niece gave me one from her parents' litter that they had with their Basset hound. And she asked me, Uncle John, would you like one? And I said, yeah, I'll take one. And ever since then, I fell in love with them. And when years ago, they had an article in Time magazine about the first waddle.
Oh, okay.
And when they had that, and I saw that, I said, boy, that looks like fun. And a few months later, they had their second waddle, and I decided to come down, and I've been here ever since.
Those in attendance paid tribute to furry friends lost over the years at the balloon launch. The event then continued with a parade of puppies led by a horse-drawn carriage that traveled around the grounds of Canterbury Village. Over the course of 3 days, events including an auction, picnic, and dinner helped raise funds for Michigan Basset Rescue to pair up dogs and adopting families.
Gotcha. Unfortunately, there's many purebred dogs in shelters. And a lot of times people get a dog without doing the research first, so they don't know what they're getting. They might see a dog in a commercial or a dog in a movie and think, oh, that's what I want. So they don't research the dog, they just go and get the dog, and it doesn't have the right personality for them. If you want a really obedient dog, and you don't want a dog that sheds, and if the drool bothers you, you don't want a Basset hound. No. So it takes special people to love them.
On Wednesday, May 22nd, the 2013 North Oakland Senior Expo was held at the Orion Center. The Expo's purpose was to introduce senior citizens to new products and services that will make them feel young again. 3 guest speakers took to the stage to educate seniors on healthcare, elder law, and the positive side of aging. Over 600 seniors attended during the 4-hour expo. Over 60 vendors set up shop inside the Orion Center, offering a wide range of services from chiropractic massages to electricians. The Senior Expo was a success, and planning for next year is already taking place. On Saturday, May 17th, members of Freedom Road Transportation gathered for a luncheon to celebrate the organization's accomplishments over the past year, as well as express appreciation and acknowledge the volunteers and supporters of the program.
Today is an appreciation dinner for our riders and drivers of Freedom Road Transportation. About a year ago we started with 6 riders, and now we have nearly 92 on the road yes, I know. And we have, unfortunately, a waiting list. So this is our attempt to acknowledge the people who, without their participation, willing to join us on this new initiative, we wouldn't be where we are today.
Freedom Road Transportation provides a volunteer driver program to help underserved individuals of Oakland County.
Freedom Road Transportation is a volunteer driver reimbursement program where the volunteer driver is linked with a rider. In fact, the rider finds their own driver, and there's some paperwork and an application, etc., hence the waiting list. And they arrange where to go and how often and what purpose. They document that information, they send it in once a month, and everyone has an allowance of up to 100 miles at 55 cents a mile for reimbursement. So we can reimburse the mileage, the gas expenses. We can't reimburse for time. So that's the volunteer driver component.
The organization has additional events coming up, most notably its annual appreciation dinner and silent auction on Friday, September 20th. Anyone wishing to find out more information on the organization can visit their website at freedomroadtransportation.org. We now turn our attention to local sports. As the spring sports season winds down, LOHS athletes are making the final push to secure a postseason berth or a conference crown. The Dragon varsity baseball team had an important home stand on Monday, May 20th against Rochester Stony Creek and needed to win both to have a chance at another OAA Red title. In the first game of the doubleheader, the Dragons battled to a 5-4 10-inning win in walk-off fashion. Stony Creek led the game in the top of the 10th with a 2-out RBI single from Nick Rangos. The Dragons responded in the bottom of the 10th, loading the bases for Miles Hardy, who delivered the big hit to score the tying and winning runs. In the second game, the Dragons took control early and rolled 8-3 win in 7 innings and secured another OAA Red title, sharing the honors with Clarkston with identical 11-4 league records. The Dragons closed the regular season with a 21-8 overall record. The Dragons will be on the road at Rochester for the first round of the state baseball tournament. ONTV News will have the results as they happen. The Lady Dragon varsity soccer team was in action against Pontiac Notre Dame Prep on Thursday, May 23rd. The Lady Dragons struggled on offense and the Irish took advantage, scoring first 11 minutes into the match. The Irish would add another score after forward Taylor Timko was taken down in the box after a 60-yard breakout. Timko buried the penalty kick, giving the Irish a 2-0 lead at half. The Dragons fall 3-0 and end the regular season with an overall record of 10-5-5. The Irish improved to 15-2-2. Both teams are looking ahead to the state tournament, which is right around the corner. Be sure to tune in to Game of the Week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m. to see the Dragons in action. Soccer and softball are currently airing on public access Comcast Channel 10, AT&T UVerse Channel 99. Games can also be viewed on our YouTube channel. Visit OrionONTV.org and click on the YouTube link. That's it for this edition of ONTV News. On behalf of the entire crew, I'm Jessie Agnew, and thank you for watching.